Respiration is the process by which organisms release energy from food substances such as glucose. It can occur in the presence or absence of oxygen. The energy released enables organisms to sustain life processes. Some organisms do not need to drink water, as the water produced during respiration is sufficient for them. Respiration takes place day and night in all living cells. A small part of energy is lost as heat during respiration. Aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen. Plants make use of oxygen to break down food substances to release energy. During this process, carbon dioxide and water are released too. Aerobic respiration occurs in every plant part. While plant parts such as flowers and leaves obtain oxygen from the air, roots get their oxygen from the soil. In the day, plants usually give off oxygen instead of carbon dioxide, as the rate of photosynthesis is greater than the rate of respiration. In a human body, the respiratory system supplies blood with oxygen through breathing. Hence, a human breathes in oxygen and breathes out carbon dioxide. Extra water is also released in the form of urine. Anaerobic respiration occurs when oxygen is absent. For example, when we're running very fast, the oxygen in our muscle cells is used up very quickly, causing anaerobic respiration to take over aerobic respiration. The accumulated lactic acid produced through anaerobic respiration stops the muscle cells from working. In order to break down lactic acid, one has to breathe faster for more oxygen intake. If lactic acid accumulates in the muscles, it will cause muscle fatigue and cramps. Organisms obtain the oxygen needed for respiration and get rid of the carbon dioxide produced by respiration in the process called breathing. Many organisms obtain the oxygen they need from the air. The air that we breathe out still contains mostly nitrogen. However, it has slightly less oxygen and slightly more carbon dioxide than the air we breathe in. Most organisms breathe involuntarily. They do not need to think before they breathe. That is, the breathing process takes place automatically and is ongoing. Organisms such as whales have the ability to control their breathing. They're able to stay underwater as long as there is oxygen in their lungs. They surface above the water only when their lungs are filled with carbon dioxide. Fish and other aquatic organisms have the ability to obtain dissolved oxygen from the surrounding water with the help of gills. Insects do not breathe as we do. They do not have lungs, and their blood, which is a watery yellowish liquid, does not carry oxygen and carbon dioxide around their bodies. Instead, they have a system of tubes called trachea. These trachea penetrate right through the insect's body. Air enters the trachea by pores called spiracles, which are found in each side of the insect's abdomen. Organisms such as frogs and earthworms have such thin layers of skin that air is able to pass through. Organisms possess organs which facilitate respiration. For example, plants have stomata, fish have gills, and humans have lungs. These organs enable gaseous exchange or breathing to take place. Our lungs allow oxygen to pass into the blood and remove waste products such as carbon dioxide from our body. A baby's lungs are activated once the umbilical cord is detached. The lungs are inflated for the first time by the baby's first cry. In the lungs there are many air sacs which contain air. An air sac is made up of many alveoli. These alveoli are moist and well supplied with blood. The moist lining of the alveoli enables oxygen in the air sacs to pass through the moist lining and into the blood. At the same time, carbon dioxide passes through the moist lining and enters the air sacs. This movement of gases is known as gas exchange.